I am Danny Kim, and today is first day of February, and we're trying to do something new. It's like we want to try to do a everyday show. I kind of made the title of, I haven't decided on the title, but I'm calling it the late night morning show because most of our audience is in America, and for me it's morning. I want to do it at 10 a.m. But today I was very, very sick this morning. I'm still sick. I think I got food poisoning. Oh, I feel so dehydrated right now. And it's actually very, very hot. Yeah. No mask. Andrea says, no mask, I'll be flying to Korea today. Yes. So we had some very exciting news over the week. On Monday, as of Monday, Korea is mask free, and I wanted to share some news about that. And also, I saw some interesting articles today about room cafes in Korea and how they are terrible. They are very shady. So, yeah, I'm gonna talk about that as well. So how do you guys like this picture quality? I made some significant updates to the setup. It took me a long time, but I hope you guys like it. I think I need to do this earlier because the sun is going this way, and now my face is like lit this way. But yes. How was Hawaii? So I went to Hawaii last week. I came back, and honestly, it was just all right. Like I had a chill time, but the thing is, like, I didn't bring a lot of cash. I was going with my parents, and when they were out golfing, which was like 3 days out of the 6-day trip or something, I didn't have much to do because I didn't have a car. I didn't have a license. Apparently my license expired. I did not know, but my license had expired last month, so I couldn't get an international license, and I technically it was illegal for me to drive, and I'd rather not take that risk in America. So I just had to walk around places, but I did see something very, very cool. Actually, okay, I'm gonna show you guys. So I went to this beach. I forget the name, but it's supposed to be where the sea turtles are. Supposed to be where the sea turtles are, and we went there, and there were like thousands of people on the streets, and we thought, like, why are there so many sea turtles? I mean, why are there so many people here to watch sea turtles? Like, there must be a lot of sea turtles. But it turns out, actually, it's not. They're not there for the sea turtles. They're there for this event called the Eddy. It's like a surfing event. I didn't even know this was a thing. But apparently it was like the biggest. It is the biggest surfing event in the entire world. entire world. And uh, yeah, we just came across it randomly. I was in Oahu, yes. And I didn't even know what this was. So I asked people like, hey, why are there so many people? Where are they going? Because we couldn't see any turtles. And apparently it's like, it's crazy. You gotta watch. Let me show you. Like, it was crazy. Yeah. So this was probably the most exciting thing that I did in Hawaii. So I heard like this is like a really rare occasion where you get to witness this because apparently the waves have to be just right. It has to be an average of 20 feet, I believe, and it also has to be sunny, nice conditions. So they don't know if they're actually going to do the surfing thing, do the event until it's 8 a.m. in that morning. So apparently this event has been held only 9 times in 34 years, uh, which is crazy. I was super lucky that I just came across it, and people were all on the streets, basically watching people surf. We stayed there for a while, and that was very cool. Mm. So yeah, that was, I guess, my highlight of the trip. So actually the day after, I tried surfing, because I saw it and I was like, okay, I want to try. uh, it's really hard. It's Surfing is really hard. And for me, like, after I get on the board, like after I get on my feet, I'm okay because I snowboarded for like 20 years, 25 years. I don't remember how long, but I snowboarded for a very long time. And I've actually worked as a snowboard instructor before as well. So like after I get on, it's easy. But getting on seems to be so hard. I just could not figure it out. So I like nearly drowned and shit. And another thing that they don't tell you about surfing is how hard paddling is. Like swimming to the surfing spot is actually very, very difficult. Um, so like the first time I actually stood up and I started like riding the wave, I rode for like what seemed like hundreds of feet. Uh, and I came like literally like very close to the beach. Uh, but then like I had to swim back like half a mile. And I'm like, oh, it took me like 10 minutes to get to that spot. And I was like, oh, that just basically kind of took the fun out of me, for surfing. Okay, so that was my Hawaii trip. But personally, okay, this is, don't hate me, but personally, my experience in at least like the place that I stayed in, Oahu, uh, I think if I were to go to Hawaii again, I would go to the other islands because for me, like it's very nice, but I feel like there's a lot of closer locations around Korea that offer similar scenery and beaches, and are much much cheaper, like Boracay in the Philippines and stuff. Yeah, so everything was so expensive. I This was the first time I actually felt like the inflation of America. You guys are going through some crazy inflation. I ate some like bowls, and one cost like $30, $35 for a single meal. So that's very, very, very expensive. Oh, it's just Hawaii. Okay, yeah. Hawaii, I mean, I'm sure there are tourist prices, but yeah, it was very expensive. Hmm. It's one of the most expensive places to live in the US. Oh, I did not know. I assumed like it would be actually not that expensive. It seems so abundant in, you know, fruits and stuff. Uh, yeah. Oh, everything is shipped in. Okay, I understand now. Yeah. But then I got like into this like deep rabbit hole of how people even found this island. I think it's kind of crazy because it's in the middle of nowhere. It took 11 hours from Korea to get there. It was really far, and like the early settlers, they apparently like rode on a canoe in the 5th century and found this place, and then they settled there. Like, who in the right mind canoes that far? Is my question. But they traveled from Polynesia to this island and on a canoe. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, so like that was very shocking. Kauai is the place I go the most. I have a friend that has a condo, a good type of timeshare deal. The thing is, like, for Koreans to go to other islands, they have to transfer. I don't know if it's like that for Americans, but there's no direct flight. It's all to the main island. But yeah, very crazy that they would find this island in the middle of nowhere. That's the chances of finding a random island in the middle of the ocean seems very low. And then B, deciding to live there seems like an even more daunting task, because like there must have been it must have been just a jungle, right? On that island when they first came. So like, how did they decide, hey, we're gonna live here? It's kind of crazy. But yeah, that was my Hawaii trip. If you're going from Korea, it takes like 10, 11 hours. So be aware of that. Man, this window is very, very hot. It's so hot. But going over to the mask stuff, yes, we are no longer required to wear masks indoors in Korea. So I made some notes. So 27 months it's been since you were required to wear a mask indoors in Korea. And after 27 long months of the mandate, South Korea has finally lifted its mandatory masking at most, not all, but most indoor places. So what are the exceptions, you might ask? There's public transportation, but it's a little bit complicated because, so this is your pro tip when you're coming to Korea. So inside buses, inside subways, I believe inside taxis as well, you have to wear a mask. So inside the mode of transportation, you have to wear a mask. But on bus stops, in subway stations, you don't have to wear a mask. So until you step into the actual vehicle, you don't have to wear a mask. And then you also have to wear a mask at hospitals. So other than that, you don't have to wear a mask. And pharmacies as well. Pharmacies and hospitals. So medical services plus inside vehicles of public transportation. And right now, so I was very excited for this. I went to the gym at like 6 a.m. on Monday as soon as the mandate was off, because I could finally work out without the goddamn mask, and it was very annoying. But It turns out like I was the only person. People still wear masks. I was literally the only person in the gym that did not wear a mask. And initially, people looked at me weird because they were like, "Why is this guy not wearing a mask?" Even though, you know, this uh, lift of the mandate was widely publicized and discussed in the news. I think Korean people have just become so accustomed to having a mask that it feels weird for to see somebody not wearing one. Um, and it's kind of like it's kind of the opposite in America, right? It was like in Hawaii, no one was wearing a mask, and when I went to America last year, no one was wearing a mask. So, if you're wearing a mask in America, it feels like you're being watched. Whereas here, right now, at least right now, it's you're still a very small minority. So, like I when I was like in my building, in my office building, uh, I think like maybe 5% of the people took off their masks. Uh, so like most people still wear. Yeah. Yeah, most people still wear. And and I saw some survey about this. I made a wide list of notes. Um, so 55% agreed on lifting the mandates a while back. 40% said, "Oh, let's just keep it." So actually, quite a big portion of people still want masks in Korea, and some schools, actually not schools, but hagwons, private academies for kids, they are still enforcing masks on their students. And I don't know if you can actually do that, but yeah, they are doing that. And people, I've read an interview today, and said some kids they interviewed this news outlet interviewed some kids, and the kids said some children said they would keep wearing masks to cover their faces because they are worried about their appearance aside from COVID-19. And the funny thing is, in Korea, like there's like a lot of, I mean, masks are, I guess, a political discussion for some reason in Korea and also outside of Korea as well. But a lot of the comment, the anti-maskers are saying, "Oh, you don't want to take off your mask because you're a slave to the system." And then another attack they say is like, "Cause you're really ugly. That's why you don't want to take off your mask. Cause you ugly and you're afraid that you would show your ugly face to people." So I've seen a lot of those comments, and I thought it was funny. And like you see articles like these where it says like people are more comfortable wearing masks. So on the first day of lifting the mandate, you can see everyone is wearing a mask, and people would rather just wear a mask. Hmm. Yeah, but I'm not gonna wear one. I'm so happy that uh, the mandate is gone. It's been such a long time since we had such freedom to breathe fresh air indoors. Yeah, we can't be expected to wear masks forever. Mm, yeah, let it be the people deciding. 'Cause we've been through a long time. So okay. So I'll give you a complete rundown bus, taxi, train, uh, metro, airplane, ships. You gotta wear masks. And if you don't wear a mask in places that still have the mandate, you can be asked to wear a mask. So you will be if someone has to, like someone in charge has to ask you to wear a mask, and if you don't comply, then you get fined 100,000 won, which is like $90. So you don't get fined simply for not wearing one, but after they tell you to wear one, then and you don't comply, then you have to pay a fine. And people are pointing out the irony that for public transportation, so for like school buses, kids have to wear a mask, but then in schools they don't have to wear one. So kids are going on buses wearing a mask, and then when they get to school they don't wear a mask, and then when they get back on the bus, they have to wear a mask. So it's kind of like, at that point, does it really mean anything if you're with the same group of people all day, and then you get on the bus all day, you get on the bus again and you wear that mask for a very short period of time? Does that really mean anything? It kind of seems really dumb. Yeah. But yeah, it's required by the law to wear masks in school buses. So I asked ChatGPT why I asked ChatGPT, why are Koreans so compliant with the mask mandates compared to other countries? And it answered, health consciousness, health and hygiene have higher priority in Korean culture and society, leading to greater acceptance of mask wearing as a preventive measure. Which I agree. Face saving culture. In Korea, face saving is a crucial aspect of social etiquette, and wearing a mask is seen as a way of avoiding illness and illness to others, and preserving face. Which I also agree. I think it's like a lot of social pressure, and try to not cause any harm to other people, or just peer pressure. Strong government mandates, that's self-explanatory. And social norms. Mask wearing is a widely accepted social norm. And actually, yeah, even before COVID, people were wearing masks because of like the smog and fine dust. So that's a point. So I asked again, okay, why are Korean people so compliant to authority? And ChatGPT is really good. It replied, Confucianism. Confucianism has high emphasis on social harmony, family values, respect for authority. So it affects the way that people think. Historical background. Korea has a long history of facing invasions, colonization, political turmoil, and has fostered a strong sense of community and interdependence among people. And group orientation. Korea has a strong emphasis on group harmony and cooperation, and individuals are expected to prioritize needs of the group over individual needs. ChatGPT is very, very smart. And I agree with ChatGPT 100%. So Masks are for sticking your tongue out at someone when you are pissed. Hmm. I get sick more times wearing a mask than I did after I stopped wearing one. Hmm. For me, I don't know about getting sick or not. Like, I don't know if I uh am gonna get more sick, but a lot of people are like, I don't know if these have any scientific backings, but a lot of people say uh, wearing a mask actually damages your, like for long periods of time, damages your respiratory systems because there's fine plastic in the masks that you inhale inevitably, and those kind of things will affect your body. So I don't know. I don't know if I actually feel that way, but I just like breathing fresh air. Yeah. So that's 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 masks, and I also have some other stuff to talk about. Uh, wow, it's very very hot. I'm very sweaty right now. Let me give me a minute here. So yesterday was another minor update. Yesterday was Juwon's last day. Juwon is our editor for DKDK TV. She will be missed. Oh, we had a. This is Juwon. Yeah, she's a. Oh, stop. No, I don't want to zoom in here. She's a very famous TikToker. She's got like 2 million followers on TikTok, and she's been a very good editor for DKDK TV for the past year or so. She worked very hard for us, and she was really, really good. But some changes are happening in within the channel, so we couldn't have her anymore. So she will be missed, and it's very sad. But we said goodbye, and you can follow her on TikTok. Yeah, she was happy. She was happy to leave. She was happy. And if you want to support us, is the Kickstarter over for Ramen and Chill? Is the Kickstarter over? Mm. It's I think the Kickstarter is not over yet, but it's over this Saturday. So it has 3 days left. It's got $40,000. I guess we were a little too ambitious. So we have a goal of $100,000. We cannot extend because Kickstarter doesn't let you extend. So basically, it looks like it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But yeah, we cannot extend. So it's not gonna happen. It seems that's unfortunate, but I guess there might be another way. Who knows? But where does the money go? It gets refunded directly to you, so you're not losing any money. Don't worry about that. But yeah, unfortunately, Kickstarter seems highly unlikely that it will go through. And oh well. But there's other ways you can support us by going to Naked Soul. Naked Soul is our website where we sell curated Korean goods from local brands of Korea. Oh, someone already reviewed this? Wow. So we got these few new products from a company called Low Lit Collective, where they use leftover plastics to create cool works of art like these. This is a keychain that is resembling the waves of Jeju-do, a small village in Jeju-do. And this is a mobile that these are like the footprints of these migratory birds that are about to go extinct. But very cool. So we have cool brands like these that have a message, that have kind of touched us. And this calligraphy set we talked about last time, we sold a lot of these. We weren't expecting that many sales off of these, but these are from the oldest art shop in Korea. So if you're interested, the link is in the pinned comments above. This is the best way you can support me if you want. This is the best way you can support me. I have some I'm going through some personal financial troubles, so so anything that helps will be very, very appreciated. In fact, Naked Soul is going through some corporate financial troubles. I won't go into details, but Ramen and Chill was a heavy toll on the company. So if you guys can, if you guys want some cool products, and if you guys want to help us out, at least go check out the link. I have it pinned in the chat. But yeah, so much money spent. And we don't really know if there will be a season 2, to be very frank. We hope so, though. We hope so. We hope there will be season 2. We're gonna try our best. So be on the lookout. How much profits do you guys make from selling stuff? Do you guys make a lot? No, actually, we do not make a lot of profits, because the nature of B2C international, B2C online commerce, is that there is a lot of cases of there's not a lot, but the cases where misshipments happen, or stuff goes missing, those like few cases, those like 2-3%, those eat up a big chunk of the profits. They are very, very tough on us, because once you lose something, you kind of have to just eat it, and these are not cheap products. So that's just basically this business. And sometimes I feel like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I honestly don't know. But yes. So yeah. Thank you for your understanding, Ekaterini. Okay. I want this. Some Chinese company gave up bonuses in cash. They stacked up cash like this, and they gave out bonuses. Like, I wish one day. Okay, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the room cafes. This is the last topic for today. So this is a cafe, guys. This is a cafe. Let me zoom in a little. So this is a cafe. Yeah. Is this a cafe? This is a cafe. So basically today, the Ministry of Gender Equality and Family, no, not the media has been talking about room cafes. So if you guys don't know what a room cafe is, it's basically like a it's not really a cafe. It's, what would you even call this? It's like a place where there's rooms and you can close the door, and they have coffee and drinks, beverages. I actually have never been to a room cafe, so I don't really know. Maybe I should go to one and do some investigative journalism. But yeah, these are places where a lot of teenagers go. It wasn't around when I was a kid, so I have no idea. But they go here and then they hang out, aka boom boom, in these rooms. Let's check out some rooms. Okay. So this is about $12 for 2 hours for 2 people. Okay, you can watch movies. Oh, you have free ice cream. Okay. Oh, that's pretty nice. Okay, there's these hallways. And then you have, I guess, this room. And you can enjoy privacy. Very private, cozy atmosphere. They have chargers. They have blankets. I wouldn't use those blankets. They have fries. Are these fries or Cheetos? You can bring a cake. Okay, I think we've seen all this. Let's check out some other room cafes. Oh, this is in Myeongdong. It's near my house. This looks a little bit cheaper. Wait, they give you cake? Oh, you can use it for unlimited amount of time for just $8 as long as there's nobody waiting in line. And they give you cake. Oh. Cake free. Let me see the cake. Oh, it's shit, it's actually good cake. It looks, I would just go there for the cake. It's $8? I would just eat cake. Like eat a whole cake. That's actually nice. Wouldn't you go there? I maybe I should go here today, because I'm very financially poor right now. I need some cake. Let me read the rules. Okay. Oh no, it's just like, oh, you can have board games. That's some quality cake. And I'm assuming the coffee's free too. Oh, those are for sale. The snacks are for sale, but not bad. Not bad. So people are going here and they are basically not people, kids. No adult would go here, but young kids, like students, high school students, middle school students are going here and they're basically having sex, and people are complaining. People think it's a problem, so these articles have come out. And basically they're saying like, oh, 99% of the kids, the 95% of the people that come here, the customers, are underage, they're minors, and 99% of them have sex here. And the Ministry of Gender Equality and Family came out with a statement. Mm. Mm. So apparently, if you have sheets, bed sheets, and blankets, and if you have a completely private room, they're gonna ban kids from entering because they might have sex, and they're gonna penalize owners if they let in kids. Do you think this is the right direction? Korea already has a low birth rate. we need more we need more kids to do it. To have kids. We need more kids. Not kids to do it to have kids, but like we need to be more open from about sex, because like if you're banning sex, like if you're banning places for sex, they're gonna have sex other places. And they're just like this, making this very taboo. There's a show called Teenage Parents actually right now. Where they show parents that are like high school in Korea, that are in high school or they just graduated high school. They have babies in high school. Uh, but yeah, like barring this away seems like, a very counterintuitive. Teenage pregnancy is a great solution for low birth rates, RJ Corey says. I'm sure you didn't mean that. I'm sure I wasn't supposed to read that in that way, but 16 and pregnant, Korean style. Exactly. We need more kids. I have a question. So where should kids, like, okay, let's not call them kids. Okay, let's not call them kids because it makes them sound like they're 12. But where should like minors, there should non-adult people do it, or should they not do it? Like, where should they do it? Outside? Maybe just like have those like locks. What do you call them? Like uh those like cages where like they lock up the balls and dicks in their parents' bedrooms. Yeah. They should go to the forest. There's no forest in Korea, or I mean in Seoul. I think they shouldn't. Really. Wait till you're 18. America, it's in the car or at home when parents are out of the house. Yeah, but I don't want my kids having sex in my car or in my house. If I have kids, I don't want them doing that shit on my bed. Go to some room cafe. Hmm. In the park. Yeah. Chastity belt. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I don't think I'd want them doing it at my house. Subway or public bathrooms. So like I feel like at least it's safer. It feels more safer and cleaner, more sanitary to do it in these room cafes. I feel like I mean like this is probably the only place they are able to do it like in such private manner except for their own houses where when their parents are out. Um but it's like they can't go to motels, they can't go to whatever places. But at least like if they have this place, it's an outlet. Mm. It's safer at home. Mm. I don't know. Like Korean parents are pretty crazy. They like put up like CCTVs in their houses and shit, man. Like they to to see if their kids studying. So I don't know if I would be comfortable doing it at home. 할머니's house, grandma's house. Mm. Yeah. Uh, mm. Yeah, maybe I should make like a high-end room cafe and serve the rich kids. Mm. Yeah, so like there's a whole debate in Korea right now about what should we do with these places, but I guess the Ministry of Gender Equality wants these gone, at least the ones with the bed sheets, blankets. Rich kids go to hotels. Actually, you know what? That's a very good point. Rich kids don't really need to go to room cafes. That's a very good point. Uh, that's what study boxes were really used for. Huh. But yeah, this is an issue that we have. And I was just curious. I thought they were studying until 11 p.m. Well, you sneak out sometimes. I I've snuck out a few times while doing study hall. Uh, but I didn't go to room cafes. Mm. I There were no room cafes, and I didn't have a girlfriend. Uh, yeah, you have to be over 18 to book rooms at hotels, but I'm sure rich kids have ways around that. I'm sure you can buy a fake ID, or I'm sure there's ways around that. Mm. But yeah, that was the last news. I might go check out that cake room cafe place because that cake actually looks pretty dope. Uh, where is that cake place? Let's see. Pink Ping 영화 room cafe. No, it was Sweet Myeongdong. Sweet Room Myeongdong. Um, let's read some. Okay. It's not clean. The spoons are stained. Uh, it's non-smoking facility. They ate cake. Let's see a okay. It's the same pictures. Actually, that cake looks pretty cheap though. I'm sure it's not like good cake, but I don't know, that cake. I would still eat it for $8. Yeah. Eat cake with your hands. Yeah. So maybe my next episode can be from that room. But I feel so weird going into that place where I would presume 30-year-old men don't go to room cafes. Right? I'm not their typical clientele, and it's mostly underage kids. So I feel very weird to go there. I feel very pedo-ish. I feel like that would be it make me feel very uncomfortable to go to places where kids do it. But yes, it's investigative journalism. I guess like if you're a teacher dating your student, yeah, you could go there. I'm just kidding. But you know, in Korea, lots of tutors end up like dating their students. A lot of tutors, like private tutors, they end up dating but they wait. They wait. In motels, like they check your ID. If the girl looks young or if the guy looks young, they check your ID to make sure you're not like taking somebody underage. But a lot of tutors, like there was this person, this girl that I met like a few years ago, and she said like her tutor from high school, she dated him as soon as she finished high school. She was waiting, and I feel like that's kind of fucked up, but yeah, parasite style. But yes, that happens quite often, and I'm sure they go to room cafes. But that's all for today's episode of whatever this show is called. I don't know. I asked for like names from you guys, but you guys kind of suck at giving names. I'm sorry. You guys are not very good at naming things. I'm just gonna be real. So I don't know what this is called, but like we're gonna try to do this like daily. Okay, at 10 a.m. every single day. Just focus on like one or two topics that interest me. I don't know if you guys want this. Do you guys want this? And it's kind of funny because I said on Patreon that I don't want to do YouTube anymore, but maybe out of entertainment, for my own entertainment purposes, or for my own sanity, or I don't know what, for Naked Soul. Yeah, I guess I should do this every day. Call it the Room Cafe. Yes, I'll be doing this every day, 10 a.m. hopefully. Maybe not tomorrow because I have to go to the hospital. But yeah, I have food poisoning. I have terrible food poisoning, I feel. I can't even drink water right now. Okay, the room. the room. Is it? Okay, so guys, well, I'm gonna go. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. DK News is no more. Bye bye. Oh, and please check out the link that's pinned above. We have a brand called Naked Soul, and we really hope you guys can check it out. It's the whole reason why I'm doing this show every single day. We curate products from local Korean brands that you might like, that we definitely like, and we ship worldwide. USA, orders over $150 get free shipping. And last week we added these cool products with upcycled little art pieces that you can add, and this cool wine stopper that takes inspiration from Korean architecture. You can go check it all out at nakedsoul.kr.